So my last video, I talked a little bit about how I got into running. As of right now, again, Robert, live in Miami, 30 years old, ran 2 marathons. My PR is a 3:17, 3 hours and 17 minutes, in the Miami Marathon. And shortly thereafter, that was 2023, January, April 2023, I was afforded a bib through charity for the Boston Marathon, which I did at 3:33, and I really was super feverish on marathoning. And I signed up, and I think in retrospect, I probably would have given myself a little bit more time to recover and get into another full training block. But, excuse me. So essentially coming off of COVID, really worked out a lot in Boston for the work from home days, call it March 2020 to September. And then December 2020, I moved down to Miami. I was still running casually, did not have any marathons booked, didn't even think to run in marathons. I didn't even think to run in half marathons or 5K. The only 5Ks I ran were charity 5Ks for one of my best friend's little brothers who tragically passed away. And that was like a family memorial. So there was none of that, but it wasn't until 2 of my really good friends down here, who happen to also be Massachusetts gentlemen, were really, again, getting into running, but also venturing more into the triathlon world and doing IronMan. And I saw them grow from, sprint distance to Olympic distance to half Ironman to eventually full Ironman. And just seeing their discipline and seeing them consistently work so hard, it was kind of infectious. And they introduced me down here in Miami to a coach by the name of Marcelo Holceberg, who is a pretty renowned coach down here. I think he's been doing it for years, like 20 plus years at least. I could get you more facts on that, but joined up, but that wasn't until after, and I'm sorry for bouncing, but that wasn't until after last summer 2022, I ran really seriously. I did some run club stuff, but I signed up for a half marathon, and I placed 4th in my age group in my first race. I did about 1:35, 1 hour and 35 minutes in my first race with no training. And that's when my friend TJ said, "Hey man, like, let's get you on a program. Like, I think you have some talent, and see where it goes." So sure enough, that's what I did. Fast forward to tail end of 2023, 2 marathons under my belt. Like I said, 3 hours 17 minute is the PR. The goal is to break that 3-hour mark in BQ. But I just want to give a brief introduction to myself, a little bit of stuff that I'm going to be talking about how a layperson who was not a collegiate pitcher, who most people will tell you that pitchers are not athletes, who had no aspirations to be a runner, didn't care about it, always looked at it as like, oh, the nerdy kids run track type situation. I really fell in love with it, and I think it's shown a lot of health benefits, a lot of practice of discipline, which has been huge. I've read a ton of books on it now. I think it's extremely fascinating. So I wanted to share a little bit about how I went from 3 hours, or excuse me, from being a layperson to going to a 3 hour and 17 minute first marathon. So thank you, and I'll talk to you soon.